So you want to hear something rather disturbing, eerie, and creepy. Well, as of 2024, there have been a lot of stories that have come out about portals. Portals at the VMAs, portals at the closing ceremony of the Olympics, portals being erected in Michigan, all across the United States, just stories about portals everywhere. And of course, portals at CERN and so forth. Well, it looks like 2024 is going to end with a portal ritual, a portal ceremony. And on top of that, it will be a portal opening up at a prison. That is right. And this portal, which is dubbed a holy sacred portal, will be opened up by none other than the Vatican. When I first covered this story of the Pope opening up a holy sacred door on Christmas, St. Peter's Basilica, and it's going to be live streamed. Now, I know I'm not going to watch it, but again, it's going to be live streamed. I found this story to be rather creepy, but there were those in the comment section of that video that said that there's nothing to worry about. This happens every 25 years. It's a jubilee. It's a jubilee that happens again every 25 years. These doors have been opened before and nothing has happened. But like I said previously, this time it's different because Pope Francis has decreed the holy portals will be open, including one December 26th at Ribbia Prison near Rome, and that is a first. Now, I have to say, in my own opinion, I really don't get a good feeling about this. Like, it carries some kind of very bad omen. When I think of biblical times, when I think of the Bible, when I think of the church, and I hear the word prison, I generally connect a prison to fallen angels, fallen ones. We are ending 2024, which has been a very strange year. All these strange and bizarre sightings. I'm not just talking about drones, but these other sightings that people are seeing, these orbs and so forth. And again, 2024 has just had a very strange feeling to it. All this alien and UFO talk and so forth. And we are ending 2024 with opening 5 holy sacred portals, and one of them being a prison. My question happens to be, when did this change from holy sacred door to now holy sacred portals? Because when I previously covered this story about a month ago, I saw nothing about portals. Everything was about a holy sacred door, the St. Peter's Basilica holy sacred door. And that's what it's always been. But out of nowhere, it just became a holy sacred portal. 5 holy sacred portals. Why? I really do believe 2025 is going to be just a wild and crazy year. You know what's even more interesting, and I covered this about a month ago, is that this Jubilee, this 2025 Jubilee, will have a mascot, and that mascot is Lucifer the Light Bearer. And this mascot will be used to guide children and young adults to the Catholic Church. So Lucifer is the 2025 mascot, the Jubilee mascot, and on top of this, we have the Pope opening up a door to a prison, which he dubs the Holy Sacred Portal. Do you see what I mean? This just does not feel right. This reminds me of what we saw during the closing ceremony of the 2024 Olympics, where we had all these gray entities, these gray beings surrounding this portal, and popping through this portal was this orange-yellow entity known as the Voyager. But as this Voyager was in this portal, there was an individual right next to him inside the portal singing the hymn to Apollo. Well, as these holy sacred portals are being opened by the Pope, there will be those surrounding him doing a hymn. They will be chanting. Let us also not forget that while this year, 2024, was the year of the dragon, next year, 2025, will be the year of the snake, the year of the serpent. What is also rather interesting is that the Vatican has another tomb, a tomb called the Tomb of Lucifer. And this video comes from the trumpet Ezekiel. He'll explain further this Tomb of Lucifer, and who knows if this is one of the doors that will actually be open during this Jubilee. Because again, the mascot for this Jubilee will be Lucifer.
The Vatican that we know today was built on top of the Tomb of Lucifer. If you go to their website and look at the map of the necropolis, it'll show you what I'm talking about. And that's next on the trumpet, map of the Vatican necropolis. You go to that website right there, and you can see what I'm seeing. All of these things right here are under the floor, underneath there. This is the present altar that we see today, and this is the red wall that's in the ground underneath St. Peter's Basilica. where you find the red wall right here, and tomb U, the tomb of Lucifer. This one right here, and that's the red wall, and all of this under the floor. That's the current altar that you see. That's the red wall right there, and that's a rise in the foundation. Dragons all over the place. Let's go to where they mention dragons and keys in the Bible. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. These are the nostrils of the dragon. That's the eyes of the dragon. And the keys make the ears and the horns of the dragon. And they're all underneath the papal tiara. That's the open mouth of the dragon, and the 3 B's symbolize the 3 sixes written in Scripture. The bees build their cells in hexagonal cells. So each bee represents a 6. 1, 2, 3. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. And one of the entrances into that basilica is going to be opened and live streamed on Christmas Eve. Their mascot is Lucy. There's going to be 2 cameras, one on the door and one inside of St. Peter's tomb. I meant Lucifer's tomb. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. And this guy doesn't even know that the Jubilee is celebrated every 50 years. Book of Leviticus, chapter 25, verse 10. And ye shall hallow the 50th year, and proclaim liberty throughout all the land, unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you, and ye shall return every man unto his possession, and ye shall return every man unto his family. The Jubilee year is 2025, and according to the Bible, things get progressively worse. I go by Ezekiel 33:3, and that's...
Who is the Pope? He is the Emperor of Rome. Rome never died, never faded away. It became the Vatican. What is the Vatican? It is the priesthood of all of the old pagan religions of Rome, built upon the deception that they are Christian. Can man change the orders of God? Can man elevate himself above God? No. Then why did the Pope change the Sabbath from Saturday to Sunday, the venerable day of the worship of the sun Osiris? Why in the outer courtyard of the Vatican is there a temple of the sun, an obelisk, and a reflecting pool, built as a fountain around the base of the obelisk? Because what we're talking about in Dealey Plaza and in Washington, D.C. exists also in the Vatican. And I'm not trying to insult Catholics, I'm just trying to tell you the truth.